Good morning, KCPS. I'm Megan, and I'm back to read another book with you this week. I hope you're having a great week of teaching and learning, and I'm excited to read with you again today. Today I've brought a very special book about a famous person in history named Muhammad Ali. A champion is born. In this book, there are some amazing illustrations, and that's going to be our focus of our lesson today. In the book, the illustrations lend a powerful insight into our characters and the setting and the time in which this story takes place. Illustrations, a lot of the times, play a huge role in our stories. Remember, illustrations are the pictures in the story that are drawn by a person. In this case, our illustrator is Frank Morris, so he drew all the pictures. Now, illustrations can do a variety of things. Illustrations can tell you something about the setting or where and when the story takes place. Our illustrations can tell us something about the character that maybe isn't apparent in the text. Our illustrations can show what is happening in the story. Our illustrations can also create a mood. And then also they can give you extra details that are not included in the text or the actual words of the story. So when I'm reading today, I want you to be paying close attention to all the illustrations or pictures. And I want you to be thinking about why the author chose those, what do they tell us about our character or characters, and then also what do they reveal about the setting or the time and place in which the story is being told, because that plays a role in today's story. Let's get started reading and let's be having a close eye on our illustrations. Muhammad Ali, A Champion is Born, written by Jean Beretta, illustrated by Frank Morris. February 25th, 1964, Miami Beach, Florida. Pow! Cassius Clay bounces around the ring on the balls of his feet, throwing jabs and dodging uppercuts from champion Sonny Liston. Clay is the clear underdog, but after 6 intense rounds, he surprises everyone and wins the World Heavyweight Championship. I shook up the world. May 25th, 1965, Lewistown, Maine. Pow, pow! The two boxers meet for a rematch. Only Clay has a new name, the name of a champion, Muhammad Ali. It means worthy of praise, most high. Ali wins again. I am the greatest. October 30th, 1974, the Rumble in the Jungle. Kinshasa, Zaire. Heavyweight champion George Foreman pounds on Ali for 7 rounds. Ali stays on his feet and waits for Foreman to get tired. He then delivers a stunning knockout combination to win the World Heavyweight Championship a second time. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see. September 15th, 1978, New Orleans, Louisiana. Pow, pow, pow! At age 36, near the end of his career, Ali wins the rematch against champion Leon Spinks to become the first boxer to win the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. And he owed it all to a stolen bicycle. Winter, 1954, home of 12-year-old Cassius Clay, Louisville, Kentucky. Hurry up before they eat all the popcorn, Cassius yelled as he raced to the Louisville home show on his brand new bike. And the hot dogs too. Wait up, answered best friend Johnny. Don't worry, I'll save you the bun, Cassius choked. A heavy rain soaked the streets, but nothing slowed them down. Cassius felt cool on his bike. The new chrome shined brighter when it was wet. He rolled up to the home show and hit his brakes hard. The front tire kicked up a wave of water. He looked back at Johnny. Did you really think you could beat me? Not only can I ride fast, but I look good doing it. They hopped off their bikes and ran inside. The Louisville Home Show was an annual bazaar. It was held for all the black merchants who were not allowed to attend or sell their products at the white bazaars. Segregation was as real as the rain in Louisville, and Cassius saw that his people suffered for it. He spoke proudly of them. I know why they won't let us in the white bazaars, because they're afraid we'll show them up. He pointed to every booth and said, one day I'm going to get one of those, and one of those, and one of those. But right now, I have room for one more free hot dog before. Oh no, dinner! We're late, we gotta get home. They stepped outside and Cassius froze in his tracks. No, he shouted as he looked in every direction. My bike, where's my bike? Cassius ran up the street. Did you see a red bike? Did anyone see a new red bike? His eyes welled up with tears. I need a policeman. Finally, an older woman spoke up. Go back in the building and go down to the basement. Ask for Officer Joe Martin. He found Officer Martin and explained every last detail. It was red and white with white wheel tires and chrome. I just got it for Christmas and there wasn't a mark on it. His fists were clenched like hammers. He raised his voice. And then when I find whoever took my bike, I'm gonna whoop him. Cassius was small and thin. Officer Martin looked at him over and offered some advice. Listen, son, before you whoop somebody, you better learn to fight. That was not what Cassius expected to hear, especially from a police officer. It took a moment for him to catch his breath and look around. Then it all made sense. For the very first time, Cassius Clay was standing inside a boxing gym. The energy in the room made his heart race. He loved the sound of boxing gloves smacking the speed bag and the rhythm of the jump rope slapping the floor. He loved the shuffling feet of the shadow boxers and the smell of the rubbing alcohol in the air. Ding, ding! A bell rang and two young guys started bobbing and weaving in the ring. Wow, thought Cassius. Photos of old boxing champions stared out at Cassius, as if to say, let's go a few rounds. We're here every weeknight if you want to join us, Martin said. On the way home, Johnny kept repeating, you're going to get it when you get home. Boy, you're going to get it. And he did. His dad pitched a fit so loud, it echoed off the neighbor's house. Cassius heard every word, but his mind was really on the boxing gym. A few days later, he was shocked to see the same gym on a local TV show called Tomorrow's Champions. Look, he said to his mother, that's the gym. That's Officer Martin. He trains the boys. Cassius got so excited he threw on his jacket and dashed out the door. I want to be a boxer. As he leapt across the old porch, Cassius called out to his mom. I'm gonna win big and buy you a brand new porch at the home show. No way. I'm gonna buy you a brand new home at the home show. His brother Rudy went racing after him. Wait for me. From that point on, all Cassius thought about was boxing. He told all the kids at school, you're looking at the next world champion. They just laughed at him and joked, uh-oh, somebody must have punched him too hard. He thinks he's Sugar Ray Robinson. Wait, Cassius, did you say champ or chump? They teased. Ha ha ha. Cassius imagined his name being broadcast from the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, Cassius Clay, heavyweight champion of the world. He drew pictures of the boxing robes with the words Cassius Clay, heavyweight champion of the world on the back. He knew that one day he would wear that robe. Cassius worked hard with Officer Martin every day after school. He hit the speed bag, jumped rope, and practiced shadow boxing. Watch this, I can move faster than my own shadow. Cassius had his own style of training at home. On most mornings, his workout started before sunrise. He often ran alongside the school bus to build up his endurance. Sometimes Rudy would throw stones at Cassius to test his reflexes. "Come on, Rudy, I'm not the invisible man. Why can't you hit me?" Every night after Martin's gym closed down, Cassius headed to a second trader named Fred Stoner. Cassius told Rudy, Fred Stoner's boys are winning all the fights in Louisville. With Stoner, he improved his jabs, uppercuts, and hooks. He learned the cross, the bolo, the clinch, bobbing, weaving, and the peekaboo. Training was hard, but Cassius said to himself, "Don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Every year he improved. First, he showed them in Kentucky. Then he showed the world by winning a gold medal at the 1960 Olympics in Rome. That was only the beginning. During his legendary boxing career, he won 56 out of 61 professional fights. Many believe his career outside the ring was even more impressive. He became known as the People's Champion. He fought for people who were treated unfairly because of the color of their skin or their religious beliefs. He wanted to be a positive role model for them. "I had to prove you could be a new kind of black man. I had to show the world." His words of peace, pride, and human decency inspired people from all over the world. They called him champ, and it felt great. It felt as great as racing down a Louisville street on a brand new red and white bicycle with white wall tires and shiny chrome trim. The end. Wow, that was an awesome book. So now let's go back to our anchor chart and focus on our illustrations. So going back to our anchor chart about illustrations, remember the illustrations can help us learn something about the setting, our characters, show what's happening in the story, create a mood, or provide extra details that weren't in the text. So I want to go back to one or two illustrations and see what does it tell us as readers. So this illustration, wow, if you noticed in this story, a lot of the illustrations are huge and really beautiful and to showcase different things. In this particular illustration, this is when Cassius had just had his bike stolen. And you notice that we know that he's frantic, right? Searching for this bike. But then you can see the expressions in our character's face, right? And where they're at when they're looking for this bike. So it tells us something additional about the characters and something about the setting, where and when it's taking place. And it shows us this sense of urgency that our characters are having by how they look in their expressions, right? His eyes are wide open, his mouth is open, he's not smiling or laughing, right? He almost has this shocked look on his face. It's letting us know something as readers, so we want to make sure that we're paying close attention to those things while we're reading. Let's look at one more. These illustrations are really powerful because although the text, his friend Johnny lets us know that he's going to get in trouble with his parents for being late, the illustration ties nicely to what the text is saying. You notice the body language of our characters, how Cassius is standing, and you know that even if the words weren't here, we'd know his dad was angry or maybe yelling at him or upset, right? Because of how he's standing, how his arms are held out, and the expressions on our characters' faces. So today, or tomorrow in class, or sometime this week, and always when you're reading, I want you to pay special close attention to the illustrations that the author and illustrator chose to include in the book, because it's going to tell you something important as a reader. Make sure that you're doing that in all your lessons, and I will see you next Tuesday for another lesson on illustrations. Have a great day. Bye, KCPS.